Hello and welcome to another episode of Between the Covers. If you're watching me live or if you're watching me via the replay, please do say hello. Let me know what your name is and where you are watching from. Welcome. If you're watching for the first time, who am I? My name is Daniela Bleckner. I am an author, a book journey mentor, founder of a company called Conscious Dreams Publishing. We work with authors from all over the world to help them get their powerful messages and stories out there in the form of books. I was going to say the bookshelves on the bookshelf behind me are some of the 300 plus books that we've published over the last 9 years, when in fact what you can see is just copies of my latest book, 9 Days of Hyper Snow, because I was taking some professional shots of my book earlier, but usually it has all of the covers of, well, not all of them, some of the covers of some of my 300 plus authors that we've published. I'm absolutely passionate about running a platform for unseen, unheard authors so that they can have their voices heard and stories shared, so they can celebrate, but educate, inspire and empower for generations to come. If you're wondering what this show is and why is it called Between the Covers, not between the sheets, as some people keep saying, it's called Between the Covers because it's about getting up close and personal and really getting to understand that journey of what it takes to actually create, publish and distribute a book. So many people look at a book but they have no idea about the journey, which is why I call myself a book journey mentor, that goes on behind the scenes to create that baby. So I interview authors and I interview guest experts within the industry, whether that is editors, promoters, agents, book marketers, and my special guest I have today, Livestreaming Queen, who I will introduce in just a second. We have some really, really exciting news. So please stay with us for this amazing interview where you'll be getting lots of tips, and watch to the end because there'll also be a special offer. I can see my guest laughing in the background there, doing a little dance to my little jig. It's been a really, really exciting quarter. It's been very, very busy. We've published a wealth of books. Here are just two of them. I interviewed Saleha Mitji, who published Oceans of Potential last week. I am also publishing S.N. Clayton's book, A Shared History, which is out at the end of this month. And lots of other books that I could grab, but they're on my other bookshelf. So without any further ado, I am going to introduce my awesome and amazing guest. Her name is Janine Cumming. I have known her for what feels like an eternity. In fact, she was my very first book mentee. She is an author, but she is a live video strategist. And she is going to be dropping the gems on why it is so important as an author as an entrepreneur in general, to use live video to boost sales and to really connect with their audience. So without any further ado, I am going to bring on Janine.
Hey girl, hey!
Hey, how you doing?
I am good. I was just vibing in the backstage, listening to the intro music and all that good stuff.
I can see that. Before I introduce Janine is absolutely golden at what she does. I've watched her grow from strength to strength with live video, from Periscope, being one of the pioneers on Periscope, which no longer exists, to now TikTok. And she was the person who really got me confident in front of the camera and got me confident in connecting to my audience by sharing my expertise through live video. And it has been absolutely pivotal to the business that you see today. So, and I need to do more lives, as she keeps telling me.
Yes.
So, Janine, tell me, live video strategist. So the people who don't know what that is, what is a live video strategist?
Thank you so much for the lovely introduction. I can't even speak. Thank you very much. So as Daniela has said, thank you for the introduction. My name is Janine. I'm a live video strategist. I'm the founder of Boss It Live. And a live video strategist is somebody who helps you to have the strategy to get results from your live video content. So it's not about just going live for the sake of it, but it's understanding how to use live video strategically to build your business and brand so that you generate leads, make those sales, and build an epic community. And yeah, just the brand authority with live stream. Vidya. That's the long and short of it.
Well, thank you so much. Your journey has been amazing to watch. And I've known you since 2015, and we can share that story with another time when you were writing your first book. But tell me about the journey of actually becoming a live video strategist and what got you into actually live video, because you were just natural from the get-go, I remember.
Thank you so much for saying that. It's really strange, the journey, because I wasn't somebody who knew anything about live stream at all. I was back in the day, testing out, doing video content on Instagram. So back then we couldn't live stream. So I was talking about this actually on TikTok yesterday. We couldn't live stream. And all that we could do back in 2015, 2016-ish was upload short videos, not short form videos, but the square videos. And I started uploading 15-second videos on Instagram because you only have 15 seconds. Somebody like me, Daniela, we like to talk. So I was always running out of time. But I was going through this phase of just, written the book and was trying to just figure out what I wanted to do. And I knew I wanted to use my voice. So I was doing these videos, these motivational videos every morning. And one day this guy reached out to me, one of my followers on Instagram, Bible teacher and musician called Andre Henry. And he DM'd me and said, do you know that there is a platform where you can live stream and you will have longer than 15 seconds to share your message? And that was Periscope. So he shared that information with me and I immediately downloaded the app. So I was like, oh my gosh, the thought of having your own television show, that's what I thought, because I had a childhood dream of wanting to be a TV presenter. So this just was like, oh my gosh, light bulbs, let me do it. And I downloaded this app and I was just blown away by the fact that there were creators, creative entrepreneurs, people that were just going live to share their message the world over. And it was really easy to connect with people. So I spent about 3 weeks initially just watching and consuming content. I was just lurking in the background. And then one day I said, you know what? I think I'm going to try this. And I remember my first live stream. I didn't know what I was talking about. I sat in my bedroom, twiddling my earrings, saying, hello, hi. All these trolls coming in. But I realized there was something really, really powerful from it. First thing I realized was that there was this ability to connect with people. And also I love to talk, and it just felt effortless and easy. And it started from there. That was obviously it was a journey that went on from there, but that was the literal start of it.
I remember Periscope as well. I remember you actually coming to your house and you were just in front of the camera, engaging, and then you getting all these connections, and it was just building. And I think you became an ambassador for Periscope at one point. I think you went to their headquarters, and it was just amazing. And you got me into live streaming from there. You used to do something called Pass the Cast.
Yes.
And for those of you who don't know, Janine had a huge group. I mean, it's when groups are kind of first starting out. Called Women of Worth, I think 5,000 to 10,000 people.
5,000. I think we almost hit 6,000 at the peak of things. So it was amazing.
And I know for a fact that I've met some amazing women in that group who, some of them have become clients, and that was through doing live streaming, Pass the Cast, and 5 minutes talking about a particular topic, and that was down to you. So we have, if you're watching, give me a book emoji. It's going to take you ages looking for it now. Give me a book emoji if you are an author, or simply say, I'm an author. Or if you want to be an author, say, I want to be an author. So Janine, tell people why live streaming is really important, an important tool for authors.
Okay, there are a plethora, I can't even speak today. There are a number of reasons, let's just keep it simple, of why people should live stream or why authors should live stream. But one of the things that I always say is that as an author, you're telling your story. And live stream presents you the perfect opportunity for you to share your story, to connect with your audience, to connect with your ideal clients, and allow them to get to know you. So it's a perfect way to build brand authority, get that visibility, the recognition as well, but also to nurture the people that you want to connect with. And one of the things I always say is that whatever we do, there is power in community. And we should focus not on just growing our followers on social media or just getting clients, but we should focus on building community and connections with those individuals. And live video is the perfect way to do that. As you mentioned, from the Women of Worth community, and I'll say our because you were part of that, we had Pass the Cast, and then we had the Go Live in 5 challenge. That when that first started, the first iteration was you go live for 5 minutes, and you just talk 5 minutes, and that was it. But there was so much from that was gleaned from that. That number one, it gave the women the confidence to go live because there was community behind them, there was support behind them. And then also it was those that were watching were just so inspired by what they were seeing. So I think that as an author, you have a story to share. It makes sense by default that you include something that is going to allow you to develop the know, love, and trust, as I like to call it, a lot quicker than a static post or a blog. And I know as an author, you're a writer, but we tend to take a picture or we tend to write a post, and statistically, people prefer to watch live stream content over a written post or blog. So there's so much to it. And there's so much to share, which we will be sharing more about.
I think that is a huge, point that you make. It's easy. It's not easy because I struggle with videos, and I think live video really helped with the fact that yes, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to trip over your words, but it's an authentic way to connect with people. And one of the things Janine taught me was what I'm going to do right now. Let's acknowledge the people who are watching. So we've obviously got StreamYard, so we're going to highlight the comments. Let's say hello to Joan Watson, who says, hello, everyone. Hello, nice to see you. I know Joan is also an author, coming to be an author. Ali Pally, one of our authors, says, evening, Danny and Janine. I know that you posted a video earlier on yesterday. Very, very, I think it was your first one, reading an excerpt from one of your poems. Very powerful. Jackie Raymond, editor in the house, says, hey, Danny. Hey, Janine. Hello. Ali Pally's given the book sign to show that she's an author. Mon Moore says, I want to be an author. Fantastic. You're in the right place. And Diane Priestley says, I am an author. Nice to see you there, Diane. And Victor says, true there. Okay, love it. We're talking about the connection. So I hope you all feel welcome. If you feel welcome, please just give us a fire emoji to show that you feel nice and warm in this environment. It's all about the connections. Leah says hello. Leah's also one of our authors. Hello, Leah. How are you doing today? Hope you're well. So we've just been speaking about why live video is a really powerful tool for when we're talking about authors specifically, but I know you work with entrepreneurs and business owners, and why it is really, really important in terms of connecting with their audience, which in turn helps them to, boost sales, because that's what it's about as well. Obviously, it's great to have a community, but you want to also be able to share your services as well. Tell us a little bit about some of the mistakes. What common mistakes do people make when they are using live video? I know one of them that you're going to say.
All right, what one do you think I'm going to say? All right, let's not put you on the hot seat. Okay, so there are a number of things, but let's just keep it simple and focus on the first part of your live stream. So one of the things I'll say is that with the rise of short form video content and the changes of how we are consuming and interacting on social media, it means that people's attention spans are a lot shorter. So when I first started live streaming, I was talking about the fact that the average attention span was 8.25 seconds back then. Oh, wow. And at that time, we thought, oh my gosh, that's so short, shorter than the attention span of a goldfish. Well, now you have 3 seconds to create an impression. And what tends to happen is that people become very focused on the actual, on the live experience, and not packaging their live for both live and also the replay. So what tends to happen is that people will go live, and because they're hyper focused on that live number, and if that doesn't marry up with what they think should be there's that temptation that people fall into of waiting and delaying the live stream at the beginning.
Yeah, so that was the one.
Right. So what happens is you delay at the beginning. Well, number one, you are losing people because the attention span is short. Then you are alienating the people who have turned up ready to go, right? Not respecting the live people, the live audience, and then forgetting that on the replay, people join you. When they click to watch the replay, they're watching from the moment you press live. So everything you've done from press go, your replay viewers are seeing. So you're not managing people's objections or potential objections very well. which means that you're losing a lot of your audience from the very beginning. So people don't understand that the point that you want to make, it's already been lost. And sometimes I think as well, people think, generally speaking, this is a lot of business owners trip up with this. Well, because I've had 100 views at the end of my live stream, that means I've got 100 views. But they don't understand. You haven't checked the data, checked the analytics to see, well, how much of your video did they consume? Did they get past 3 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute? Did they get to the core of your messaging? And you'll find that the majority of the time, it's a no. They haven't got to that point. So what I encouraged, without getting more technical than that, is that at a very foundational level, you always have to put yourself in the shoes of the person who is watching and say, okay, if I was in their shoes, what would I do and how would I respond if I was in this live stream and it was delayed? And more time than not, the answer will be, I ain't gonna stick around. I'm straight at the door.
I'm gone.
I'm gone. Right?
I'm gone.
It's gone. So essentially, just be mindful of that, your audience, and package your lives for the replay, live and replay, and just get started straight away. Once you're live, no faffing, get started. Don't say, am I live? Are we live? You're live. All right. With the technology that we have now, AI, even if you think it's not live, you are live. So start talking straight away. And that's my Sunday sermon on a Thursday about that.
Thank you. I guess it's like TV, I guess, isn't it? You don't say, okay, let's wait for everyone to switch their TVs on. You go, it's straight away, isn't it?
Absolutely. No. Or then you can remote control, like, I've got a combo. I'm not listening. What else? What's going on in East End? I'll move to Coronation Street. Now let me go over to. People haven't got time for it.
But also as well, I mean, if you are watching live, like you're saying, if you're sitting there and somebody's saying, right, we're just waiting, it's going to not make you feel valued that you come on to watch somebody live.
No, no, absolutely. I don't feel valued at all, and I'm not doing none of that nonsense. Oh, wonderful, Jackie.
Jackie said, such a good point, Janine. People forget about losing viewers on the replay. Exactly. That, I think that's one of the most powerful tips there that you've given us. If you're not watching this and you have any questions for Janine, because I'm just going to keep going. She is a wealth of knowledge. Please do just throw your questions up and we will see if we can answer as many of those questions as they come in.
Yes,
so can you tell me some top tips? I mean, I guess the flip side of that would be top tip, start straight away.
Yes.
What other tips would you have for authors who are maybe just starting out and don't feel that confident?
With regards to
just
going live or
live streaming, sharing their message.
Okay. So one of the things I would say for those that aren't very confident is that it's always going to start with the mindset. You're not going to ever feel like it, right? If you've got an issue around or you have a challenge around being on camera, showing up, it's not going to magically change when you say, all right, I'm going to go live. So what I'm saying is that there has to be a little bit of a mindset shift around it. And what I mean by that is that you have to make a decision and you're going to have to think the right thing, do the right thing, and then the feelings will catch up. Don't wait to feel like it. So I think that what I would say is that, and this is something that I've heard you talk about a lot, is that you have a powerful message to share. Number one, and it is your responsibility with a gift that you've been given to share that. Because if we don't show up in our God-given gifts, there is somebody in the world who doesn't make it. And so we always have to go back to the why and the purpose around what it is that we're doing. Then let that be the thing that drives us. And I would say that, if you want to say, okay, well, that's great in theory, but I still have to go live. I still have to do the thing. Well, I want to encourage those of you that you are in 2024. You're not in the era of live streaming when myself and Daniela first started on the old Periscope, where there were communities of trolls, no moderation tools. It was the wild, wild west of live streaming. Now you have moderation tools, so you can just block and go. But wonderful thing that you have is the ability to do private lives. So you can, for example, on YouTube, create an unlisted live and go live and nobody will be there. You can create a Facebook group to practice. Nobody's going to be there. and you have the likes on Instagram and also on TikTok, the ability to be able to do practice live streams. So you can choose practice mode and you will show up as it's live with all the watermarks, and it will show practice, but it will be a red bar like it does with the live, but it will say practice mode. And TikTok's great because it shows you exactly what it would look like, everything on the screen, and you can practice with nobody there. So you are not committed and forced to doing it live, but you're putting yourself in that setting. And so take the opportunities with the things that are available to you. Don't allow any more, oh, well, I can't do it, I'm fearful. What if I get trolled? That I have to just say, remove all of your own objections, get out of your own way, and be willing to be a little bit uncomfortable. And it starts with the decision. It starts with focusing on whom you're called to serve, and then it's taking action. So that's what I would say.
That's so powerful. And I echo everything you said there. I remember, when I first started, it was due to you. I did, quick 5 minutes on my roof, and you're thinking, well, have I said this right? Oh, I don't sound like I should, how I normally sound. But once you push past that and you start getting feedback from people that say, I really resonated with what you said, it makes it all worth it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I just want to pull up. Oh, sorry, I didn't want to go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just saying here, Ali, we've got quite a few questions. Says, I guess it's like a form of habit, isn't it?
Absolutely. You have to. I was saying earlier on today on TikTok that when you get started, initially you have to make a decision, but you find your cadence. So the more that you do it, you will find your own flow, your own secret ninja sauce, the way you'll say certain things. And one of the things that I like to encourage my clients with is that you don't have to leave your personality at the door when you go live as a business owner. I know we want to be professional, be taken seriously, but you don't have to leave your personality at the door. That is the making of your live stream content. That's what sets you apart from other people. Because, there are other live video strategists or other book coaches, but what sets us apart from others is who we are. So there's that to remember as well. Just find your cadence, let yourself, explore and experiment. And nobody is expecting you to be perfect when you go live. So those authors, anyone who's listening, no one is expecting you. It's a real-time experience. People want authenticity. They want the relatability side of things. So just explore and allow yourself to make quote unquote mistakes. There are no mistakes, there are only lessons. So I'll say for that.
Okay, perfect. I've got quite a few more here. So Tia Brown is saying, what about delays as you're waiting for a guest to join or technical difficulties?
Great.
I've had that.
Great question where you're about delays of guests. So again, what I want to say to you is that these tools that are available to us allow us to do prep before we go live. So for example, myself and Daniela, prior to us, we didn't just click live and started talking. There was prep that we had beforehand. And yes, there are always going to be technical issues, glitches, and so forth. But the wonderful thing about this tool that we're using today, StreamYard, is that your live stream, if you have a tech issue, it will hold your live whilst you're fixing tech issues in the background. You can put an overlay up that says "Be right back," and that holds the live stream live whilst you're fixing issues. But if, for example, you've got an issue with guests, waiting for your guests to join, remember, get prepped beforehand. So you don't have to, in StreamYard and most tools, you can get your guest into the room, the backstage area, before you actually press live. And what I've seen happen is that a lot of people will press live and then the issues start happening. No, check your sound, check your lighting, get your guest in, make sure that your guest, you have like a show run through, which Daniela has. So the guest knows where they need to be. They've got their link. You do it a little bit earlier. So you account for that as well. So like I said, when you go live, things will happen. But again, remember, people aren't expecting you to be perfect. So if there are issues, just say, apologies for the technical issues, apologies for the delay. We're working on this, and keep the conversation going, Tia. Throw it out to the audience. Say, hey, have you ever gone live and had a technical issue? Where are you tuning in from? What is it that you actually do? What are your thoughts on today's topic? Things like that helps to kind of just take the edge off the embarrassment or the things that you're dealing with while you're getting things together. But don't ever allow that to stop you.
Perfect. Great advice. Thank you, Janine. So
welcome.
there are a lot more questions. I'm going to bring them up in a second, but I think now is quite a good time in the show to let people know about our exciting workshop. Right?
Yes.
So
go ahead.
You have liked the tips today, and there are going to be more. If you like the tips and what we've heard so far, I can see the benefit of using live video for your book or your business, then this is the perfect workshop for you. It's called Lights, Camera, Author.
We should have had our banner.
Yeah, we should have. Yeah.
I have to show you how to do that in the back. I should have told you that before. But yeah,
I'm going to prepare a tutorial with Janine after. She's going to show me how to put the banner up.
Yes.
Lights, camera, author. Step into the spotlight and boost your sales. Boost your book sales with live video. Anyway, it's for 15 people. We already have 2 people booked, and we have 3 special offer places which you can find in the Eventbrite link. It's Saturday, the 21st of September at the Leonardo Hotel. Beautiful space. Janine, what can delegates expect? What will they be learning? What will they be doing?
You're not ready. Okay, so one of the things that I always say, I'm the kind of coach that it's not about a load of theory. I want it to be interactive. So there's going to be some practical elements. You're going to learn how to craft your live stream, your signature live stream framework. So we're talking about the introductions. I'm going to teach you how to have that really snackable, hook-worthy introduction, how to use your voice, then how to build your live stream, because it's all about attracting, engaging, and then converting. But we're going to do it in a fun, interactive way. So that's what I'm going to say about that. You guys have to come to me.
You're going to come and find out. Yes, 10 for the whole day with Janine and me. We've got us to yourselves for the whole day. Okay, there will be snacks, coffee and tea. How can you not? But I mean, Janine has done a lot of workshops with our authors. But I mean, right from when I first started, running workshops in 2017, the power of your story. And one of the things that I love that you do with the authors, most of them have never gone live before.
Okay.
Is, you get them up there doing a live, and it's just great. And it's just, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but it's so fun. That's one of my favorite parts of that workshop. So you're gonna have to be there. Put all the details in the link. So check it out. Lights, Camera, Author. We are going to be starting to promote it this week, but you are the very first people to hear about it. We have not uttered a word of this on social media at all until now. So Lights, Camera, Author. Step into the spotlight and those sales with live video. Come along. Okay, let's get back to the questions.
Yes,
so
Ali's having more questions. I love that.
Ali's having a live here saying, "Are we live? Just waiting on for a few more to join us." Yeah, exactly.
We know that one.
Jackie's saying, question, what do you think the average optimum length of a live should be for ad hoc spontaneous lives? Good question.
That's a great question. So when it comes to ad hoc or spontaneous lives, what I would say is that you have the flexibility with that. Now, my guideline for live streams are going to be 20 minutes. Here's the reason why I say that. Because 20 to 30 minutes, but 20 minutes if you're just getting started with considering these elements. Mm-hmm. So you have to think about giving your audience the time to get to your live. And also, people are on social media at different times. I mean, of course, what I teach my clients is that you develop and create a framework and culture around your live. So like Daniela has a series, so people know to expect her every Thursday. But essentially, you need to give time for that live stream cake to fully bake. Essentially, give it time to build. And if we're thinking about allowing our voice to be heard and to give time to be that authority for people to check us out, listen, because remember, people aren't necessarily going to start interacting straight away or be like, oh, yes, Jackie, I want to follow her, subscribe, buy from her, sign up to whatever. Not straight away. People need the time to get, it's a relationship, isn't it? So you have to think about, as I've always said about live video, it's not a quick fix. If you want something quick, go and create a short form piece of content, right? If you want to entertain people, make it quick, do that. But this is a nurture strategy, so it's a long game. So you've got to see that in the strategy. and say, let me give time. Number one, I need to give time to say what it is that I need to say. I need to give time to position myself as the authority. I need to give time to the relationship building, and I need to give time to allow the algorithm to build around and send out my content. So essentially, my guideline is always going to be 20 minutes because that gives time for you to do your introduction, the main body of what you want to say, allow for interaction, and also for your call to action as well. What do you want them to do next? I think if we do anything shorter than that, you can, for example, if it's like ad hoc and it's just on the fly, then you could do like a 10-minute live. Also, what I would say is that culturally as well, platforms are a bit different, and how people respond to live content is a bit different from platform to platform. So you would take that into consideration, but you're always going to find you're going to get more people coming to your live the more time you give to it.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. Joan says, wow, that was powerful. I think she was referring to when you were talking about, the importance of having a message and getting out your own way and just sharing it, just going for it.
Yes.
Victor here says, I love this picture of food. Are you a chef, or is this something you've cooked that you are particularly proud of, Victor? But Victor says the preparations before starting a live, I feel like we do freestyles, and he's having a laugh there.
Okay. Feel like you do. Yeah. Preparation is key. Even if you are going to be doing a shorter live, right, Daniela? I'm sure you'll agree with this. If you're doing a shorter live, longer live, or somewhere in between, you have to be intentional with what is the end goal that I have in mind for myself as well as the audience. Otherwise, it's going to feel pretty pointless. Why should I go live? Why do I need to go live? What is the point of it? But you have to really be clear about that. You need to be clear about your objectives. That's one of the modules in my group coaching program, which is defining your objectives. Otherwise, you're not going to be strategic in staying the course to get the results that you want to get.
Perfect. Thank you. So planning is key, not planning to perfection, but having a purpose to what it is that you're doing, being intentional, which is from Janine. Leah says, I have concerns about TikTok because my students use it so much and they are not the audience for my poems. Professionally dicey. How do you restrict an audience for a live?
You can restrict. Thank you very much for your question. So are you talking about specifically TikTok? I'm assuming it's TikTok because I think TikTok. Yeah. You can restrict your audience. I believe the age, you can put a restriction on the age, but it's difficult to restrict further than that simply because of the way that TikTok is set up, i.e. that our content goes out onto the FYP, which is the For You page. Which the great thing is that means that we can always be discovered by new audiences in a way that we can't be on the likes of the Meta platforms. Topic for another day. But at the same time, it does open that up to you being discovered by people you wouldn't necessarily want to be discovered by, which is why my sister, who is a teacher, she just actually got a head of year teaching role today. In less than a year of being at the school anyway. So yeah. But she, she's somebody who loves social media, but she won't touch TikTok with a barge pole. And she did a collaboration with me a couple of years ago, which I've just posted in my stories. I posted it on TikTok. I posted it on Instagram. Didn't tag her. One of her students recognized her from the TikTok. Says, is that Miss Cummings? I was like, sorry. So, not to make light of it, what I'm saying is that if there are platforms that are not suitable for you, Leah, then leave it alone. Remember, that's something that I will say. You don't have to be everywhere and all things to all people. It's where does your ideal clients hang out predominantly or primarily? Focus your attention there and start with one location. You don't have to be everywhere. So that's what I would say to that. If TikTok is a place that's going to expose you to audiences that you don't want to discover you, then leave it alone.
Great advice. Thank you so much, Janine. I hope that's answered your question, Leah. Moving on, we've got quite a few.
We've got so many.
We have
all these questions. Make sure you're sharing this out, guys. Please.
Sorry.
Getting value.
If you're finding this of worth and value, please do. And how can you not? Please do share this out with your network. Let people know. Follow Janine Cumming. She is obviously in the post tagged up above. We'll be putting all her details in the link as well. So Jason is also one of our authors, poets, coming back to us for a second book soon. He says, thank you for sharing. Very helpful. Awesome. Really looking forward to seeing you doing some lives, Jason. I think this workshop could be really good for you.
Yeah, come along.
Ali said, I tend to put my phone on video mode and record. My safety net of clicking delete is really bad. Lol. Jackie says, what we forget is that even though we may not like the sound of our voice, people have been hearing our voice for years. Exactly. And we sometimes sound different to what we think.
I actually spoke about this. Jackie, you were supposed to come to the Lunch and Learn. So I did a Lunch and Learn 1 hour session at the Hearth, and we were talking about camera confidence to show up on video and also live stream. And so this whole thing around not liking your voice came up. And I actually spoke about it and said, listen, you know, at the end of the day, to us, how we sound, our voices sound a lot richer and a lot deeper. But then when we hear it on video or recorded, it sounds less, it sounds a little bit more tinny, doesn't it? A little bit thin. So we're like, oh, I don't like the sound of my voice. But one thing that we have to remember about our voices is that the audiences that are coming across us don't hear us any different to how we actually sound. So they're not bothered about it. They're hearing us. They're objective. They don't care. So whatever you think you're hearing, ignore that. And one of the things that I will say is that, and Daniela, I'm sure you feel the same way as well. Once you've been recording video content and creating, going live for a period of time, you start to hear your voice exactly the same. How I sound to myself now is how I hear myself when I'm on video. But when I was a teenager, I hate my voice because it sounded different. But it doesn't. You will adjust and you'll hear your voice as it is. And
you don't want to know what I sounded like as a teenager. I was one of these kids. I had because I was into TV and film, wasn't I? So I had a big fat camcorder, right, where you put the DATs in, and mini DVs. I actually found some VHS tapes the other day, last month. Me and my old friend Mel played it back, and my God, we were 17-year-olds prancing around thinking we were big women. Like, I just talk like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, what? Things have changed now. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, that brings us back to the workshop. Saturday, the 21st of September in Leonardo Hotel Croydon, Lights Camera Author, where you will be meeting, or you'll be spending the whole day with myself and Janine, and we'll be helping you to step into the spotlight. I don't know why I keep freezing there. I need to remember this tagline. What is it, Janine? You tell me. Step into the
spotlight and Vogue. That's why I keep saying Vogue, because I remember the tagline. We'll get there. See, this is the beauty of live streaming, guys. You don't have to have it all figured out perfect.
Exactly. Just step into the spotlight, guys, and boost your book sales with live video. There you go.
There it is. Sweetheart.
The link is there. 2 spaces have gone already. It's for 15 people max.
Congratulations.
And we have 5 special offer prices on there, and 2 of those have gone. So please do go ahead and book. If you know anybody who is an author, everyone knows someone who's an author, then please do share this with them. It's a great opportunity to find a unique and different way to market your book, rather than spamming your links or doing a long post about it with an image. And it's fun. You know, I say this, I need to do more lives, and I this has spurred me on to hold that vow to you, Janine, that I said to you last month that I was going to do more lives.
You need to
tell people how you work with people, what you're doing next, and how can people connect with you.
Oh, we're finishing already. That's
I know. I can't believe it. So pop over to Instagram, guys. If you want more of this, we'll pop over to Instagram for about 10 minutes, so you can connect with Janine there as well.
Yes. Okay, awesome sauce. So connect with me online. My handle is Boss It's Live. So at the moment, there isn't anything going on at the moment. My group coaching program will be launching again in September. So in the meantime, I've got a number of courses and resources. I'll put my link in at the end, if that's all right, Daniela. But I will be launching my Academy membership very, very soon. So definitely do stay connected. And then I'll let you guys know as we become friends when my next 5-day live video challenge is going to be coming up. So there are lots of things coming up, but as it's the summer period, we wind down. So yeah, but come September, we'll be ramping up. So definitely stay connected with me.
Amazing. Well, I mean, come September, you can meet Janine in the flesh on the 21st. Yes. Hey, there you go.
Of course. Yes, 1000%. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Joan has given us the lovely party emoji. Yeah. Jackie says, thanks, sis. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining. Janine, I think we can't let you go without getting some last final parting words of wisdom before you go.
Yes, thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you, everyone, for just being here and being so interactive. I love this. Thank you, Daniela, for holding this space. So what I would say to you is that your voice is powerful. Your story will transform lives. And you have the perfect opportunity to show up and take up space with your gift. You know, our grandparents, great grandparents, you know, paved the way for the freedoms that we have. You know, my grandparents were part of the Windrush generation. My maternal grandmother has since passed away a couple of years ago, and she worked extremely hard for her children. Oh, I don't know what happened to Daniela. Am I still live? Yes, I'm live. Right, I'll carry them. See, technical issues happen, guys.
No, I took myself out because what you were saying was powerful. So I thought, I'm letting Janine step into the spotlight.
Oh, bless you.
I'm thinking about, in retrospect, you can cut this and use this as a nice little reel for yourself afterwards without me in there going. So
all right, okay.
Give us the words of wisdom.
Okay.
Remove my
words of wisdom. Okay, beautiful people. So thank you, Daniela. Essentially, what I'm saying to you is that you and I have the opportunity to change lives. Our grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents paved the way for our freedom. And so we have a responsibility to show up and shine a light in honor of the way what they did for us to have our freedom. So, you know, I just want you to take the opportunity and be a part of doing something great in the earth, right? We have never before has there been an opportune time like this where we can turn on our phones and reach people the world over and share a message to inspire and effect change. So just get out of your own way, remove your own objections, focus forward, and focus on those whom you are called to serve. And yeah, just go live. And that's my Sunday sermon on a Thursday.
Yeah, guys, Sunday sermon on a Thursday. We like that. Tune in again. Thank you so much. That was absolutely fantastic. Thank you. I can't believe we have come to the end of this interview, but we are going to be hopping over to Instagram, so you can follow Janine there and you can catch up with us there. If you have any other questions, you could throw those up as well. Janine, thank you so much. I'm really workshop with you in September. Collaborating together. And lastly, I don't actually have a guest next week. So if you're watching this, I know Janine keeps saying to me that, you know what you need to do? It's great to do interviews, but you should start sharing your expertise again through live video, which is something I haven't done for a long time, and which is something that actually gave me the client base that I have now. You know, when you first started telling me. So if you're watching this and you want some top tips, tell me what you want those top tips on, and I will do a show next Thursday, 7 p.m. GMT, 2 p.m. EST, on whatever it is that you want me to help you with. Book or writing related.
I'll be here.
Ask for tips about makeup because I ain't got a clue.
Yes, it is. It is a great marketing tool. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much, everybody. Joan says, congratulations. It was real good. I learned so much and have a boost of confidence.
Yes.
Amazing.
Come to the workshop.
Come to the workshop.
Yes, 1,000%. Oh, and Ali said it was good as well. Thank you so much.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Have an awesome evening, and we'll catch up with you next week. Bye.